is this is a type of mask, okay? It's called a Bwa Plank Mask. The Bwa is the name of a people that live in Africa. That's their names, okay, the Bwa. A plank mask is, think of like a long thin board that you would use to like to build a floor or something like that. We call that a plank. And that's how these masks are. They're long and they're thin, okay? But we're going to wind up making like a smaller version. Whoops, wrong button. There we go. Okay. So if we look here, here is the continent of Africa, all right? And in this little spot right here, there's a country called Burkina Faso. And that is where the people with the name the Bwa live. That's where they're from. That's that place in Burkina Faso there, all right? And this is an example of one of the masks that they make. They're very tall masks, all right? They're not like little ones that fit just right over your face. Your face kind of goes behind this down here, but then all this is above your head, all right? They can get pretty tall and kind of heavy, and we'll look at some examples here in just a minute. But again, from Burkina Faso, and that's where the Bwa people live. Now, there are three parts to the mask that we're going to have to learn about today, all right? There's the top, this top part, this middle, and the bottom. The top part has to always look like a moon, all right? Like a half moon or a quarter moon. You're like that crescent moon shape. It's always going to look like that somehow. Then there's like a big rectangle part in the middle. And then at the bottom, there's this circular area, all right? We're not going to worry too much about this spot and this spot here. We're just going to worry about the three main parts, all right? Luella, quickly.
I don't think you're sharing your screen.
I should be. Thumbs up, guys, if you can see my screen.
I can't.
Hold on again. Hold on, guys. Thumbs up again if you can see my screen.
Click on that.
Luella, it might be something on your end, my dear, because it's telling me I'm presenting.
Now I can.
Okay. Max, what do you got for me quickly? Nothing, Max? Okay, we'll go on then. All right. So, whoops, wrong way.
I had something actually, just as made it. How do you put the masks on?
You will find out here as we go. Hold on a second. There we go. All right. So, there's reasons that they have these three things on the mask. Why does it keep going that way? There's reasons they have these three things on the mask, all right? The top part here, the moon, that represents the Bwa's, the importance of time in their lives. Because you can tell time with the moon because, you know, you have full moons and half moons and quarter moons. So if you watch the moon, I mean, you can tell, you know, what time of the month it is, all right? But for them, it kind of more represents like time in your life, like being born, being a teenager, being as old as Mr. Michael is, being an old person. That's just that time in your life, okay? The middle part, the rectangle, this is always going to look a little bit different. X's, and you're going to see zigzags and triangles and checkerboards. But what is meant to represent is it represents like this, that you are doing what you can in your life to live the best life that you can, okay? Then that's just what the design is supposed to mean. You're just living kind of like your best life, what you've done to live your best life. And then the bottom down here, the face part, is supposed to look like an owl. You know, the bird, animal, the owl, okay? Because to the Bwa, the owl it has magical powers. It represents good luck, okay? So this is always going to look something kind of like an owl. Everyone's is going to look a little bit different, but it's got kind of like that big shape for the eyes, because owls, well, their eyes are kind of small, but the feathers and stuff make it look like they're big. They got big eyes. So you're always going to have some kind of big shape here for the eyes and something for a beak, all right? And then some cool designs and stuff around it, but always kind of like big eyes and something for a beak. And as we look here, they use them in like three really different occasions. So one, let's let our friend Jack in. So one is for what we call coming of age rites. When a boy becomes a man and when a girl becomes a woman, right? They'll have like a big celebration and they'll bring out the masks then. Harvest ceremonies, when they harvest their food from, when they harvest their food and stuff from their fields, all right? They'll bring them out for them. And then also for when people pass away or funerals, they'll bring them out then too. Those are like the three big reasons they'll bring out the masks. And just some examples. Again, it looks a little odd, but it's still kind of that crescent shape. Some people will put decorations in it. All right. Some people kind of leave it blank, but maybe outline it. And there's that rectangle part. Look at the X's, zigzags. All right. You're going to see a lot of those kind of things. And not just like one X. It's almost like an outlined X and stuff like that. And then there's our owl shape again there. All right. Here's a couple more. There's that X again. That one's kind of more of a square. And again, it doesn't look like a 100% real owl, okay? But again, big eyes to kind of represent the eyes, the beak right there. Some of them are going to have that hole because the mask is very tall, and that's how they kind of see out of it, okay? But then sometimes you're going to have like a little point there that makes it look like a beak too. Here's a couple of more. There's like the zigzags, but except they colored like one part black and left one white. There's that checkerboard pattern again. This is what the front of the mask looks like. This is what the back looks like. There's where the face goes. And they'll kind of like either have like a strap on the back to help hold it to their head, but then also that's where they will hold it with their hands. If you have something to say, raise your hand in the chat, please. Not, are you leaving, Everett? If that's you, Everett, which I think it was, bye-bye, my friend. We'll talk to you soon. All right, we're almost. And here, like a lot of people will just wear them when they're normal clothes, but sometimes there's like a costume that goes with it too. And this is made of like tree bark and stuff, and you look kind of like, I don't know, like Chewbacca almost, okay? But you can see how tall the mask is. All right, they're very tall. And there's a few more guys with their masks on. Could be girls too. And there they are sitting down. You can see where they're holding it because they're so heavy. Looks like they're maybe tired. They come from a part of the world that's very warm, but then they got all that stuff on top of them. Whew, I'm sure they're not. I'm sure they're kind of tired. All right. And then just some examples there. And I'll bring this up here again when we start doing our little work so you can see some examples too. All right. Before I move on, any questions or comments about those masks before we move on to our little sketching and whatnot today? Max, what do you got, buddy?
Wait, are we going to make it?
I'll be telling you what we're going to do here in just a few minutes. Arlo, what do you got? Quickly.
At first I thought the masks weren't that big, but then when I saw the picture when someone was actually wearing it, it looks so big.
Yeah, they're very tall. And when we would do this in class, our masks aren't near quite that big, but they are tall. They're pretty big when we make these in class. But since we're not going to be in class, we're going to make like a mini version. We're going to start that next week. Today, I just want you to do some sketching and drawing to have some ideas ready to go for next week. Okay? So let me switch to my my workstation camera, and I'll show you what I want you to do for today. Thumbs up. Can you see my hand? All right. So here's what I need you to do today. On your paper, you can do two or three of these, all right, to have some ideas to work with. But what I want you to do is just start out, draw like that kind of little crescent moon shape at the top, okay? Make yourself a big rectangle in the middle, and then draw yourself a circle. That way we've got those three main parts of the mask, okay? And then when you're done, you don't have to get near as crazy as Mr. Michael did, but go back in now and decorate up your areas of your mask. Remember, zigzags, triangles, checkerboards, X's were a big thing, okay? And then the bottom part, some kind of big shape for those owl eyes, something for the beak, And just some little things going on around the outside just to kind of fill the space up. Okay. And if you look on this one, it's kind of like I used the whole rectangle for my pattern there. On this one I did over here, I kind of split it up into 4 rectangles. So this one is different from that one. And this one is different from that one. They're all kind of different from each other. That's fine, okay? But again, there's my big eye shapes for my eyes and like a shape for my beak and then just some little things going around on the outside, okay? You got time enough to do 2 or 3 of these? Don't just draw the things in, color them in too. And when we do our finals, you're gonna pick either, like traditionally, they're kind of just black or white designs, okay? For you, we can go black and white, or we can do, when we do these next week, we can go like white and like one other color, like white and red or white and blue or something. We'll kind of add a little color to ours, okay? Luella.
Can we use markers?
I would probably use a pencil first, but then when you're done, yeah, go ahead and you could use a marker after that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So go ahead again, like I said, 2 or 3, moon shape, rectangle, circle. All right, and then do your little designs. I'm gonna now go back and I'm going to go to that last slide on the presentation that had all those examples on there. That way you can kind of look at those, okay? Again, you'll hear me, but you won't see me. But let me get back to that part of the presentation there. Let's see where to go. There it is. We'll give it just a minute. And then we'll get to the right slide. Oh goodness, it's being quite slow. Hold on. There we go. All right, so we can look at those examples there to help you out. So remember, like zigzags were a big way to decorate them. Checkerboards, X's. These are zigzags too, but someone just kind of colored in the bottom or the top triangles. They're colored in black, so that gives you those triangle looks. There's a checkerboard. You could do diamonds, sure. And guys, you are welcome to unmute yourselves right now if you wish. But this one's got like a bird. I just don't want, like, don't write letters in there and stuff like that, okay? And try to keep it kind of like, look, I mean, you got X's, you got triangles, you got checkerboards, not like hearts and stuff like that, okay? I guess you could do those as long as you have some of these things in there too. That would be fine as well.
Mr. Michael?
Yes.
When are you going to hang up?
What was that?
When are we going to hang up?
We've got about 10 minutes.
Mr. Michael?
Yes.
Do we write our buds on the paper this way or that?
Whatever works for you. You're just sketching today.
Okay.
And guys, I'm sorry, if you're showing me your picture right now, I can't quite see it very well because I'm showing you these examples. So I can't see them too well at the moment, okay?
Yeah, you can whip it.
All I see is the examples on the presentation at the moment. But I trust you are doing a good job. That's why we're just kind of practicing today. Next week, I'll show you how we'll put our finals together. And I'll kind of discuss that just a little bit before we leave. And remember, our owl is not going to look exactly like an owl, just kind of like an owl.
Mr. Michael?
Uh-huh.
Can our moon shape be skinny?
Can your what be skinny?
Our moon shape?
Yeah, as long as it still looks kind of like the moon shape, that's fine. Yep. We can look at these ones. This one just got like little pointy ends on it. This one's a little thicker. This one's a little thinner. Those almost look like horns on these ones. But yeah, that's fine. I'll keep these up for just a few more minutes, then I'll switch back to where I can see you guys working, all right? But I'll leave them up there for just a few for some more example. And then you can show me your pictures. Here in just a minute, I can start seeing it. Guys are so quiet. Remember, I said like do 2 if you got time for 3. Start a 3rd, just so you have a couple to work with for next week. All right, I'm gonna switch out of presentation. I'm gonna mute us all here a little bit because we're starting to get noisy in the background there. And then I'm gonna need to tell you what to do here anyway in just like a minute or so, all right? If you want to now, you are welcome to share your pictures with me. I can see them now. Now that I've stopped presenting. Oh, nice, Lucy. Ooh, I like good, Ollie. I can see you working on yours there. Mr. Mason, very nice. Oh, Luella's getting, oh, look at the colors on Luella's there. Very nice. Now, traditionally, like I said, they're usually just like black or brown and white, black and white. We're gonna go with some colors though too for ours as well. Oh, Delilah, nice. Look at all that detail. Jack, awesome, buddy. Tomas, looking good. I like it, Thomas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome, guys. Good jobs. All right, I'm going to give you about 1 more minute to keep working. Well, you can keep working while I'm talking, but I'll be quiet here for about 1 more minute. Then I'll tell you what we'll do here next week and what to do with these. Nice, Nathan. All right, guys. So again, you can keep working, but I'm going to tell you what we're going to do now. So what I would do is, if you haven't, like kind of what we did before when we were doing this remote stuff, if you haven't ripped your page out of like your sketchbook or your notebook, don't rip it out. Keep it in there. All right. But if you have, put it somewhere where you're not going to lose it. Okay. Somewhere where you can hang on to it and you've got it for next week for ideas. So when we start doing things next week, remember, you're not going to be sitting there going, I don't know what to do, Mr. Michael. You've got some stuff to help you out. Okay. But what we're going to do is next week, we will make the three pieces. We'll make the moon, we'll make the rectangle, and then we'll make the owl. We're going to cut those out. And then here's what we can do. We can do this a couple of different ways. We're going to glue them to like a, if you've got a popsicle stick lying around, that would be perfect. Okay. If you don't, then what you could use is like a pencil, like a brand new pencil, one that's barely been sharpened. That's kind of long. Okay. Or I can show you how to like roll up or fold a piece of paper that we could use that way too. But what you're going to wind up doing is you're going to glue those pieces onto the popsicle stick or the pencil or the paper. And then we'll have like, hold it up and we'll have like our little mini mask. Okay. It won't exactly fit over your face, but you'll have like a mini mask. All right, guys. So go ahead. Let's put these away somewhere where you're not going to lose them. Either close up your notebook or put them in a folder or something that you have where you won't lose them. All right. And we will make our finals next week and I'll show you how to turn those in. Okay, my friends? Good work today. Any questions before we go? Are we good to go then? All right, my friends. You did awesomely today. An awesome job with your drawings. You got it. Good job. Give me a high five. All right, guys. You take care, and I will see you again on Monday. All right. Have a good rest of your day, my friends. Adios.
Bye. Bye, Mr. Michael.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Mr. Michael. See you
Adios.
next Bye, Mr. Michael. Bye.
Toodles.